Yo, what's good, YouTube? We're gonna talk about Gizmo today. A lot of people have been asking me to make a Gizmo guy, so I'm gonna go ahead and make it here. I've been playing Gizmo since the open beta. I pretty much played him throughout, probably like after the second or third month of open beta. I played him through the entirety of the rest of it, so I'm very good at Gizmo, and I know what I'm talking about. And also I've been just grinding him out, learning different matchups, playing twos with him, ones with him. So I think I'm pretty valid to say how to tell you guys how to play Gizmo, right? So with Gizmo, I had a comment earlier or yesterday. They said I don't know how to approach or get in with his buttons because he's so stubby. You see, like he doesn't really have like the greatest range on him, right? So how do you force an approach? How do you get in on people? There's different ways that Gizmo is supposed to be played, right? So Gizmo, he's supposed to chip you out and force you to approach. He annoys you with projectiles to the point where you want to just rush him down. You don't want to just keep on taking free damage from across the screen. Once he's in, or once you try to get in, he has different ways to keep you out easily. Popcorn and different. We'll get to the rest of the other options. We'll just keep on talking about his game plan, but he has different ways to keep you out or get you off of him, pretty reliably. And once he's on his forefront and like his pressure, once he's trying to get in on you or like take advantage state, like once he's trying to push his advantage state, he's really good at that because Gizmo is the character that's primarily was supposed to be the character that removes your options and makes it harder for you to recover in a lot of situations. So once Gizmo is done playing that chip zoning game, he also has the ability to, let me take him off dodge random. And by the way, it's not going to be a true combo, so don't get it all, you know what I'm saying? But he has the ability to like just put you in bad situations, right? And then just wait for a dodge and predict where you're going to go up or down. A lot of people, when you're close to them, they just like to go up, or when you're close to them, they like to go down, and then you just get a read on that. But he's that type of character, so he chips you out, forces an approach, and he has reliable ways to get you off of him. And when he wants to push his advantage state from a close range, he definitely has the ability to do that. I think he's like a really good all-around character. He's not so much as good at being anti-projectile as he was before. He's still good at it, but it used to be very reactionary where you could just hop in this and it's like frame one invuln. This was frame one invuln to projectiles. You could just umbrella on reaction to everything. You could just hop in your box on reaction to anything. It's a little bit harder because everything has a little bit longer startup before it's projectile invulnerable. But he's literally like an all-around character, especially now that he has the ability to kill. The one thing in beta that he lacked is kill power. He can get you to 140%, but he wasn't killing unless he hit you with a raw popcorn. And at high level, that was not happening very often. There's so many ways that people were going to destroy your popcorn, or they were just, looking out for it, so they just weren't going to get hit by it. So let's go ahead and talk about Gizmo's other strengths. Or let's go ahead and talk about Gizmo's arrow. So how Gizmo's arrow works is if you shoot an uncharged arrow, you get some damage, whatever, right? And you're just chipping them out. But the main thing that you want to do is you always want to get you an arrow that's fully charged. Or, you don't even have to fully charge it. You could just do like that, and then it carries a charge over. So like if you charge a little bit, oops, hold on. You charge a little bit, and then you dodge, you can recharge, and it'll carry over that same charge time that you were already charging. So you don't have to do like a full hold if you don't want to. And so why is a charged arrow so good? A charged arrow is so good because you shoot this arrow uncharged, and you see that I lost my arrow, right? But if I have a flame arrow and I hit them, you see that? I got my arrow back. Just watch the cooldown, 2, 1, it went from 2 to 1. As soon as it hit them, it went back up to 2. So if you're accurate, you get rewarded for being accurate with your flame arrow. You get the arrow back, which means in that zoning game where you're just chipping people away, people be like, how many arrows does Gizmo have? I'm like, unlimited, because I hit those. So if you're hitting those, you get rewarded for it. So that's how arrow works. Popcorn, there's different ways popcorn works. Popcorn is easier to hit now. In beta, like look at that. I'm not even hitting the popcorn per se. I'm hitting under it and it's still popping the popcorn. So popcorn is more lenient like it was at the start of beta. Towards the middle slash end of beta, they nerfed it to the point where you have to be more accurate with it, and you will miss a lot of arrow shots. But now it's way, way easier to hit the popcorn. So how does popcorn work? You just throw it up, and you can shoot it. It does 4 damage. You throw it up, you can put a flame arrow to it. It increases the range, and now it does more damage and ignites them. Or you can get a flame arrow and full charge your popcorn, and now you have a nuke. And this does mad damage. See that it does 23 damage, right? And if your opponent's at a higher percentage, and let's say you're playing twos and they're not looking out for it, and you get a full charge popcorn, you just kill. You pretty much just kill. In the ones, it's kind of harder. You probably only get this off of a reset, like you kill somebody and then you just throw it up. But, oops, I didn't have a charge arrow. You just kill. That's mid-screen 65%, so if he's a little bit higher, that just kills. Let's say 85. 85 mid-screen should kill Shaggy. Lower, like a lighter character like Arya, that would have been dead. 85% mid-screen, no DI by the way, but they're pretty much dead. Most people are dead. If they're on ledge, like 40-50%, they're just dead. Full charge popcorn. So that's how popcorn works. Down tilt is very interesting in this game, this patch, right? Because it's omnidirectional, so whichever part of the hitbox hits you is where you will fly. So if we're on ledge and I hit you at the bottom of it, you'll go straight down. If you're on ledge, you're covering from like the side over here where I'm at right now, and it hits you, you're going straight out left to the blast zone. If you try to land on Gizmo and you mistime your down air or whatever attack you're going for, and he full charges this and you're on top of him, like inside of his hitbox at the top, you go straight up to the sky and you just die. And so yeah, that's what I mean by its omnidirectional. Whatever part of the hitbox hits you, that's where you go. So it's also interesting because the notes that come out, they also pull you in for a combo. Well, at certain DI, I guess it's DI based, but you get a combo off it regardless. Sometimes it pulls you in. I'm still not 100% sure on all the hitbox interactions. That's what throws me off sometimes in games, but you get a combo regardless if you hit down tilt, because it forces a ground bounce, and all you have to do is just wait for it. If you go too early, you might just miss it, but if you just wait, it forces a ground bounce in most situations. And you can get umbrella off of it. You can go down to up special if you're close enough. And that's what I meant by the hitbox while you're inside of them. They just go straight up. So let me put him, he's at 85 right now. So if I full charge this, he just dies. So if somebody ever lands on you like that, it's just, they're probably just dead. Let me put him back to lower percent because that's probably why I couldn't get the ground bounce from further. Yeah, so lower percent, you're guaranteed a combo. You know, whatever you want to do. His dash attack is a really good burst option. It's just that it's not active instantly. I think it's probably like on like the 3rd frame, 4th frame, 5th frame. It's not frame 1 active, right? Because there's a lot of times where you can just kick through somebody that's too close to you. But it's actually a really good burst option for Gizmo, because in beta you only had car to keep people away, and car is really good. We'll talk about that in a minute. And you had umbrella. You had like umbrella, raw umbrella, which is really risky because it's so punishable. But in this game, you actually have dash attack as a quick burst option that you can actually get something off of. It's more so like a read. So if you know your opponent likes to just spam like dodge after you do moves, then there's a great chance that you could just go for a double dash attack read and you'll beat out the dodge, right? So let's go ahead and show you. I don't know why the Shaggy bot doesn't dodge on time though. That's a tough part, because initially, so what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to do the dash attack, they're gonna dodge, and then you catch the dodge with the next dash attack. But you can also do other things if they don't dodge right away and they're just waiting. You can do dash attack. Oh wait, I did the wrong way. Dash attack into jab, right? Based on DI. If they have bad DI and they DI down, you get the jab, and then jab into whatever you want to do. I'll come out with a combo video soon, but you know, you could do all types of stuff off of it. So dash attack is a really good burst option. Let's talk about Car real quick. So Car is really strong. It has a really good hitbox in this game, as you can see. As soon as it doesn't even have to fully touch them. It's like as soon as it gets near them. Oh, and it has the speed thingy on it. That's why it didn't work like that. But it has a speed cap on it again. You have to be going after certain speed for it to hit. But like if you look, it's hard to do it slowly because you need to be at a certain speed for your car to have a hitbox. It's like another game. If you're going too slow, you have to be like actually moving. So like if I slow down like that, it won't hit right. But like the car has such a good hitbox now that it's just such a good get off me tool in all situations. You just have to hope your opponent isn't like Wonder Woman or somebody that can just insta destroy your car, because this is such a good move for his neutral game. It gets you kills. It can get you out of like stressful situations. You just hop in the car and you just throw it at them. You hop in the car, you mix it up with an arrow. You hop out the car, you umbrella. You hop out the car, you booty bounce. Like there's a lot of things you can do with the car. You can even, there's tech I'll show you. You can hop out the car and get back in your car instantly. You know, there's a lot of things you can do with the car that's really good. So, oh, and also, by the way, if you guys don't know, if you guys didn't play the beta, you can hop out your car, my fault. You can hop out your car and up special it, and now it's on fire and becomes a big threat. So, let me put Shaggy at high percent again. You hop out your car and you run into somebody. Look at that. That's a kill. 100%. If he's at like 100%, 115%, that's guaranteed kills. If he's a jump higher, if he's up a jump, he probably dies at like 70%, right? It's so strong. It's so strong in this game. Let's talk about Umbrella. Umbrella is a really good kill confirm move. A really good. It's not the best burst option because it's so punishable, but if you need to use it in that situation, you can. There's times where I see someone approaching in a very predictable way, and I know the umbrella is guaranteed, so I just go for it. But for the most part, if they're lower percents and you need somebody to just get away from you so you can go back to zoning, you easily just do arrow, umbrella, get away, or go for your combo. Like use it as a combo starter to get people up in the air. You know what I'm saying? What's the other moves? We talked about those. Oh, one thing that's new for his jabs is 1, 2. You can hold 3. So in situations where jab 1, 2, 3 won't combo, you can get a mix up with it and cross them up and catch a dodge read. If they go above you, it's just kind of chalk. But yeah, you can do things like that. But that's just where you learn people's tendencies. Down special, it's slower, but when you reflect projectiles, it actually pops out 2 notes, which Gizmo can't. It's 2 of these notes, but Gizmo can't do anything. That's more so for his teammate. He can't grab those. What's the rest of his kit? Down air is really strong. It's his new spike. This used to be in beta. This used to be a spike off stage. But the thing about this move now, if I can hit it, it sends down and out, so you don't get a combo all the time off of it, and it's doesn't spike anymore. So the fact that it sends down and out, you can hit somebody down there, but they're just gonna fly over here instead of straight down, and they will recover. They'll have the opportunity to recover. They'll still be in a bad scenario, bad situation, but his new spike is either just jump down air, which is kind of slow, so you have to like kind of like charge it and hope they jump into it, or like fast fall while you're charging it. But fast falling in this game isn't too fast, so it's kind of like rough to do. It's rough to do this anymore. It's kind of rough. So that's why a lot of the gizmos, we just throw a platform and then sit on ledge and down tilt. It's really strong. His new spike is, it's really strong. But yeah, the booty bounce used to be really good. It's very inconsistent now, the way it works and interacts, and it doesn't have the best hitbox anymore. Like it always was beatable, but it had a really good hitbox in beta. Now the hitbox seems to get beaten out by a lot of moves that hit upwards. So I don't really use it too often in neutral anymore, but it's still part of his kit, so I thought we'd talk about it. His dare leads into a lot of different situations. You can do dare, arrow, up there, and then they're in a situation where you can go for a dodge read, just hold your arrow and go for a read. You can dare, up special. Now you've got another opportunity to go for a read. His dare is actually really good, all right? Sair is standard. Sair's always been good. You get different options off of it. You can do Sair, up special arrow, Sair, up special arrow. And there's a point where Sair up special isn't true, but if they dodge in, you can get the up special. Or you can just go Sair. Well, let me get a charge arrow. Sair, hold arrow, wait for it, get him back up there. You know, and start going for things like that. So his Sair is actually really good for setting up bad scenarios for the opponent because it knocks them up. It doesn't just knock them straight away. It knocks them up and out. So if they DI in, you can get you a guaranteed up special because of the fact that they're still going to be a hit stun and they're DIing towards you. But if they DI out, then that's when you have to go for your reads. So with Gizmo, you have to look for a lot of your opponent's tendencies based on how they dodge, how they DI, how they react, just how they react to getting pressure, right? What else is there? I think that's all for just like his buttons. Yeah, that's like all for his buttons. So last thing I will talk about, because this is going to be a very basic beginner guide. We're going to go into more in detail stuff in the next guide. But the last thing we can talk about is his sing and how that interacts. I don't know if I can. This lab is so bare bones now. Let me see if I can get it to work. It doesn't matter. Just put on random perks. Can I make Gizmo special attack? Okay, I can't make Gizmo sing. Okay, so Gizmo's notes, they're so good because they turn an invulnerable dodge into an attack, right? So let me get rid of them. Okay, I just grabbed them all. Hold on, let me get rid of them. So normally your dodge is just iframes, right? Just dodging. It's just dodging. But now, when Gizmo gives you a note, you get stacks, and now your dodge becomes an attack. And if you have ignite, it ignites them. It puts the ignite stack on it because it's a projectile. So now you have opportunities to dodge in and get full combos off of it, depending on like how you want to utilize them and what your character can do with them. So somebody like, I don't know, somebody like Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman on your team, she can dodge in and up tilt, you know, dodge in, jab, go for her little jab sequence, you know? So that's really strong just because it's an invulnerable attack that can, for one, combo start, but it can also combo extend. So if you have a combo where it's like almost true, or it's like, you know, very close to being true, but you just have that like one frame where they can dodge out, you can just, instead of going for that next hit, you could just extend it with this. I don't really know Wonder Woman's combos too well, but I know they do that. And you can do things like that, right? Jab, jab, dodge in, down tilt, things of that nature. Just extending combos, or just getting in for free with an invulnerable attack. It's crazy. It's actually really good. They made the hitbox on it smaller than it was in beta. It used to be really OP, but it's still really good for what it does for you. And look, it applies the notes, or the silence. How silence works is Gizmo just sings, and if they pick up the notes, they get silence for probably like a second. It's not as long as it used to be. Silence used to be a little bit longer, but I can see why it's not as long because it's easier to get. And maybe they just want you to sing more. As far as like Gizmo at twos, in a two scenario, that's like mainly like the most of it. But one more thing about Gizmo is like when you're playing twos, he's pretty broken as far as what he can do for his teammates. So I'm just gonna put these bots to fight if I can get it to the right thing. And sorry, this guy's gonna be like a little bit all over the place because like I said, I was gonna script it out, but kind of just going with the flow, and I'm sure you guys will understand the whole the point of it. But Gizmo currently is very broken just because of the fact that in twos he's very broken just because of the fact of backpack. In the first game, backpack was pretty good, in my opinion. I would say 99% of the gizmos did not use it. I think I was one of the only gizmos that actually used backpack. And because my thought process was it was free neutral, in this game, it's 100% free neutral. When you're on their teammate's back, because down tilt is so oppressive and so good, they literally half the time can't touch your teammate because you see the notes bouncing out and the hitbox of down tilt being so good the way it is. It's like so hard for him to just approach Gizmo while, or his teammate while Gizmo's on his back. And how we just talked about the brokenness of the notes that he gives his teammates. While you're on your teammate's back down tilting, you're also giving them notes. So with that being said, you're giving your teammates like free access to an invulnerable attack while also making them pretty much invulnerable while being on his back because you're using a broken hitbox that's just so good. Like when in the beta, I would just be shooting arrows on the back, but current state, I would prioritize down tilting on the back because it's just so good. It's just so much better. Arrows are still good for people that don't want to approach backpack, and now you can turn your arrows around while you're in the back and you go for snipes like this. And you know, umbrella off. There's different options you can do on the backpack. You can hold out this and block projectiles. It used to block heavy projectiles, but it doesn't anymore. You can up special off of it. If your teammates knock somebody to the top of the map, you can up special off of it and possibly get the combo extended. Gizmo is really good in twos for this factor of backpack. If you're not using backpack for Gizmo and twos, you're trolling. I'm gonna be honest. It's not like old version where it's even debatable if it's good or not. It's broken. It's broken, so use it. Other than that, as far as like for sure like playing like combos and getting more in depth into like his game plan and gameplay, I'll make another guy like another like advanced, more so advanced. I just wanted to get this out for people who are just picking up Gizmo and aren't really too sure on what to do with them. So let's just recap. If you're playing like ones and twos, your whole goal is to just be annoying. You're just that annoying force. Let me turn them off so they stop fighting. Let me remove this bot. And let me make this dude stop fighting. So your whole point is just to be annoying and chip people out and force them to want to come to you. Even in twos. In twos, a lot of times I'll just sit back, just firing arrows, just being annoying. And then once they approach me, just get on my teammate's back, and then I'm invulnerable. And it's at that point, just like they want to reset neutral and just not approach. And that's when I could just go back to firing arrows and just chipping them away. And as long as you hit those, you'll never run out of arrows. So if somebody runs up to you and you have popcorn, they pretty much just die. Car, bad situations. And yeah, we'll get to the whole combo games and reading dodges and things you can do with Airwalker. We'll get to all that in another video, but this is just like a quick basic Gizmo guide, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like, comment, subscribe. And you know, this is where you want to come if you want to learn everything Gizmo. I'm gonna be playing Gizmo pretty sure throughout the whole entirety of this game. I might pick up somebody else also. I've been looking at Velma, but I'm not sure how I feel about Velma currently, just because all the top tiers are so good. It makes the lower tier, or not even the lower tiers, because I think there's no bad character in this game. It just makes the characters like under the top 5, top 7 just look bad. They just look bad because other characters are just so busted and everybody's just playing those characters, and it's just so hard to compete with them, right? But yeah, like I said, we'll talk about the rest in another video. This video is probably already mad long, I don't know, and I'm not gonna cut it because I just want to get it out there. But yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, and we out.